You've probably heard the expression, this too shall pass. Maybe it's become your mantra over the course of the pandemic, and maybe you've been repeating it so often it's losing its meaning. But if you're struggling to adapt to any sort of unwanted change in your life, pandemic or something else, we have a hopeful message for you this morning, and it's coming to us from a psychotherapist with more than 30 years' experience helping people adapt and thrive during difficult times. That psychotherapist is Julia Samuel, who is joining us this morning. Welcome back to your morning.
Lovely to be here again. And yes, I think we always want the change to come quicker than we have control of, don't we, in this particular instance?
Well, you said it. Boy, it's the lack of control that is really frustrating a lot of people in this time. This Too Shall Pass is the name of your new book. And you're focusing on change, specifically unwanted change. And you call pain the agent of change. What role does pain play in that?
Because when everything's humming along and we're going well, we just don't feel very much. But our body, our emotions are information transporters. They tell us if we have sort of a feeling of discomfort at one end or real kind of pain or anxiety at another end. That's telling us, wake up, something is coming. You need to adapt. We're born adaptive as human beings. And we want to change, but not if it means we actually change. So the pain is the thing that forces us to adapt and change, because the discomfort of it forces us to face this new reality that we wouldn't face otherwise.
And, you know, some people see it as a boon, but it can also be a distractor as well. We have built a lot of things into our society now to avoid doing exactly that, to avoid feeling any pain and being uncomfortable. You call this notion the fertile void. Why is that? Why do you say it's important to sit with our discomfort rather than try to distract ourselves?
Of course, none of us want to feel the pain, but the things that we do to block the pain, block our emotional experience. So if you're one of the biggest kind of blockers of discomfort is busyness, like being on your phone, scrolling, being on your laptop all the time. And if you do that, you don't listen to what's going on in your body and you shut down. So your capacity to experience is foreshortened. If you have joy one end and pain the other end, if you block the pain, you also incrementally block your joy. So you live in a very kind of flatline existence. And what I'm saying is, in the fertile void, don't try and have control of it. Kind of support yourself in it. Do the things that actively support you, and allow the change to come through your system. And then you do naturally adapt. But if you try and kind of push against it, you hurt yourself more.
Oh, I love that visual of looking at it at two ends of the spectrum. One thing that this pandemic has taught everybody is the importance of relationships. But what happens when you throw a pandemic in the mix and those relationships start to get strained, even long-term ones? How do we navigate that?
I mean, we're social beings, and our relationships are crucial to us. But, social distancing is, I think, the two chilliest words in our lexicon right now, because we don't need just our primary relationship. We need all of our relationships. We need our village. We need the people at work. We need our friends. We need fun. And so everything that we need as human beings is poured into one person. And I think we're looking at that one person. It's like, oof. Not going a lot going on in there, and there's not a lot going on in here, and I think everyone feels very worn out. But there are physical things that you can do to help you, which I'd love to tell you about.
Yeah, please do.
So I think everything gets stuck in your body. Physical exercise every day, even if it's just like 10 minutes. I saw your weather, so I can see it isn't something you want to kind of jump outside. But just moving your body shifts your emotions. No one takes exercise and feels worse. So that is really important. Have some kind of structure in your day, a loose structure, not a police state. I think we need to keep our expectations low right now. We've had, 9 months of a pandemic, so we can't expect ourselves to perform or meet our normal standards. But what people talk about is kind of mini habits, small, tiny habits help build your resources, and then you meet those demands, and it's emotion that keeps willpower going, not kind of willpower. So then that supports you to feel better about yourself, but also having meaningful conversations. Book them with friends or colleagues, not always just saying I'm fine. Most people in the UK say I'm fine all the time, but being kind of open and honest how you feel, because then other people open up, and then you feel like you're not the only one who isn't coping. And another thing is to give yourself just a few minutes of intentional calm, even if you just breathe in for 7 and out for 11 for like 2 minutes. That, because I think when we're nervous and anxious, which the pandemic is making everybody, we get more and more hyper. So anything that helps wind our system down is really helpful. And hugs with your partner. I think viscerally we're wired for hugs. People are desperate for touch.
Yes. I think that is absolutely true. Julia Samuel, I learned so much from your first book, Grief Works, and learning again. Yes, and learning so much from This Too Shall Pass. Great advice today. Thank you so much. And great to talk to you today. And I will send you a virtual hug.
I'm sending you a virtual hug. Lovely, lovely to see you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.